Hi everybody, what's going on? Happy birthday to myself. um, I'm on time today, that's good. I'm sorry I didn't get to do a drawing thing last week like I meant to. I got busy with a party. Not for me, but a party. So I didn't end up being home to do the stream last week like I meant. So we'll do it today. And then, like I've been sort of saying, hopefully in a few weeks I will be able to stream like consistently. You know, I certainly wouldn't do every day just because it is surprisingly tiring to do this, but we'll be doing this more regularly in the future for sure. I'm sorry I've only been doing I've only been doing like 2 days a week so far. There is music playing in the background that may or may not be really quiet, but today we're gonna do something sort of different. Like usually I'm just drawing random stuff that comes to mind, but today I remembered that I had an animatic thing, a music video animatic that I started working on apparently in February because I just looked at my sketchbook. So I'm gonna work on some of that because I only have a small segment of it thumbnailed out, so I don't really know what the rest of it's supposed to look like. But it's a animatic music video for a song called Retort by Millie, which is a band that I somewhat recently found and like a lot. They're indie, so you probably never heard of them. But we're gonna work on that, and who wants to see it? I mean, I see what I have edited of it so far. If I can find it in here, so that this will help. It's a song that has like a very, very straightforward narrative in the lyrics, so that's what made me think like it'd be fun to just like to draw that out. So I did in like March and then didn't ever finish it, and that's what we're gonna try to do. So volume warning, this might be loud. I turned it down, it might be too quiet, I don't know. But here is what I have done of that animatic so far. But might be loud. Watch out. And that's it. That's all I got up to. And there's a little bit at the beginning of the song that I clipped out too that I need to figure out what will go there. But yeah, I posted this on I think probably my private Twitter at some point. So some of you remember it. It looks good, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I only have like a few more panels of it actually planned out. So I guess I'll just draw those, and then you guys can also just sit back and relax and hang out and also draw stuff if you want, and then share it with me later. I didn't have the music playing in the background at all. Oops. Happy birthday! Thank you, Nematode. Thank you. Your art style looks like something from Cartoon Network or Nick. Well, thank you. That's what I go for. I think the way I draw definitely mostly comes from Zim and like webtoon stuff like Ed's World and ASCF movies, stuff like that. Hopefully this background music isn't a little too loud. So right now, in the video, so like it ends on, I guess I can get that frame again. It ends on this frame, sort of. So now what I'm working on drawing is it zooms in onto this map, this Chinese map, and she begins listing out some provinces in the lyrics. So what I'm doing, because it's easy, is I'm just tracing over the provinces on a map of China, and some of them have different names than said in the lyrics of the song and stuff. So it's confusing, but we'll make it work. I think I only have to draw one more. I was drawing some of them during before this. Rick? Is that Rick? Well, basically Rick, but that's just a generic mad scientist character drawing, because she says I'm the mad scientist proclaimed by myself. So I think scientist, I think that sort of character. So did I export this one? I did export this one, and this is that's Ingatsu. We're gonna hear me mispronounce a lot of Chinese words today. But also, I'm pretty sure the band isn't like the band's like international. I think every member of it is from some different place. This is just like happens to be one of their songs that's like a Chinese themed legend. Let me look at the lyrics and we can get moving. I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce this one. A lot of Chinese words start with Z's and X's, at least like in terms of how it's pronounced. Well, actually, okay, hang on, wait. Just noticed you never swear. I don't have anything against swearing. I try my best not to, because it is very unprofessional. Okay, wait a second. This might actually be wrong. Was that one? Does she say a providence and then say? Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong lyric. Oops. Or am I? Okay, yeah, I see it now. I skipped ahead. Okay. Hunan, is that on this map? Is it that one? Oh, oh, right there. Oops. Also, YouTube gets mad at you sometimes if you swear, but that hasn't happened. To submit art, should I at you on Twitter? Yes, that works best. And then if you type exclamation mark Twitter in chat, the bot should give you a link to my Twitter. But I mean, you know where it is. Nematode Man. Nematode Man would be a good superhero. I love that, like, nematodes, obviously, they're like a real thing, but it's like, you know, we all know they exist because of SpongeBob. So the one time I was in science class and we talked about them, I was like, it's like SpongeBob. And I'm very roughly, like, all the drawings in this are like very intentionally rough because my original intention was to finish it like within a month, and then I just stopped working on it. So that was fun. And then this is her teacher pointer thing. Slightly. Like the thickness of this pointer is going to be really inconsistent between all the shots and stuff, but it doesn't matter. We also need a shot of, so, you know, this is animation here. So because this other Providence was above this one, we need a frame of action lines that look like they're going downwards. So it's like she's very quickly swiping around the map. Export. I mean, I'll edit all these in the stream too. I don't really know if hopefully that works. I've never used Sony Vegas on a stream. Hopefully I can even do that once I draw all these out. This is frame 24F. Because also, you will notice I don't name the layers, and I have like 160 layers. And I also would probably have an easier time if I just did this like in Adobe Flash or something. Until 2 months ago, I didn't have access to. What's this music? This sounds like, I mean, this is definitely an RPG music. Also, is it a little loud maybe? You won't be able to watch the stream? That's fine, Gee. I don't need to, you know, you got other things to do? Don't worry about it. 20, so it's 24, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There we go. And then I think that's actually Providence, yeah. So now, well, first we need to put these in a folder that is named after the, like, the first word in the set of lyrics so that I remember. This is something on the Tia, the Underworld animatic I made. I did not make folders on that. So if I ever wanted to go back and edit something from the animatic for whatever reason, it would be really hard to find the correct thing. If you like this, where you make a million different layers in the same file, You need you need to make groups. Any animations from certain countries you want to look at. Most likely to see where they stand in the animation department. Japan, Ireland, Secret Kills. I mean, like, I've watched like those Irish films that you're talking about. Like, I don't ever aside from like my main interest in like anime, I never like intentionally say like, oh, I'm gonna go watch this because this is made by this country. Like, I just like, I'm like, this looks cool, I'll watch it. But it there's certainly a lot of things to compare with that kind of stuff. And I my second semester in college, I wrote an essay that sort of was comparing anime to Western animation. And then I got an A on it because I'm a freaking genius. Let me get the sketchbook. So this is... Alright, so we just gotta draw the girl being friendly with the zombie boy. I'd probably give them names. The song itself doesn't really give any like official character names. This is one of those things where like once it's all together, it'll be very noticeable when I like stopped working on it when I first working on it. Although all this music is pretty... It seems loud to me. It's probably not loud on the stream, but it's definitely... I wouldn't consider this... This is a little above being just calming music. This is basically exactly what's drawn in my sketchbook, but we'll detail it out. For some reason, like in the earlier shots of this, I was very obsessed with like having a lot of gray, like sort of how like actual professional storyboards are done, like having a lot of sketchy stuff and lighting and things, and I kind of don't feel like doing that anymore, but I started with it, so I have to keep it up. Now we have the hardest thing in the world, was just drawing my sorts of character designs from a side profile, which never looks right. Maybe we can cheat. It doesn't have to be totally a side profile. So I need to make sure. I don't remember exactly what her hair was like. Give me a frame. Nope, that's the T frame. There we go. Okay, so she just has a square. Easy. I made it easy for myself. It's a little lower. I only recently also started like just doing like sketchy lines like this in digital stuff, because that's how I draw on paper. And it, you know, it always looks weird on digital stuff because of the pen sensitivity and stuff, but I'm more so, I like using pencil more than I like doing digital drawing. Just because digital drawing requires so much effort. I guess not that that's a bad thing. Let me actually just open up one of the frames that she's in so that I can see what it looks like. There we go. Ever thought about doing a crossover with Cosmodor and or any? I mean, like, if I'm ever provided the opportunity to get a chance to hang out with some of those other cool dudes, I totally would. But they just sort of given the size of my channel and everything right now, I don't know how interested anybody would be if I initiated that, but you know, I would hope in the future I'll be able to hang out with some people. This is gonna look weird because I can't draw hands. We'll just do circles. Yeah, good enough. And then she has the buns too. Where most of this comes from too is like the album art for the song. Like there's quite a few other animations set to the song that I glimpsed at and then like don't want to accidentally totally copy them, so I didn't watch all of them. But what did the zombie look like? Oh, his eyes weren't even filled in. I know Total Drama was similar to a DeviantArt webcomic. I've like I never I haven't looked into that, but like I've heard that mentioned before. And I mean, like realistically, the way Total Drama is, it's not really all that surprising that like somebody else had that idea first. But unless there's like a really direct like episode copies and stuff, I doubt it was like actually intentionally replicating that comic. So that show's still going, huh? It's very like I can understand how the very goofy humor of Total Drama like appeals to so many people or kids basically, but it's odd that it's like getting better ratings and stuff than the original series, and they're probably never gonna bring back the original series because like the way the character personalities, like the whole joke of the show sort of relies on you understanding who the characters were before, but I guess that it actually just doesn't, because I'm sure not very many people who are actually Total Drama fans watch that. Now, this is like accidentally the best drawing of this zombie character in the whole thing so far. Oh, he shouldn't have. I mean, that accidentally looked like a good like anime neck, but you know, not how we draw around here. Also, let me. I don't even have. I'm just looking at the chat on my phone. I need to pull it up on the computer. But how's everybody doing today? Are we all good? I'm assuming we're all good. I'm good. I'm an old man now. Well, he should have his mouth closed just so it's clearer that he's singing. You hope someone hires me? Well, thank you. I've been looking for jobs. Right now I'm working on just freelance. I'm editing some like social media commercials for a local place, which is, you know, it's pretty cool that I was able to even just get the chance to do that right out of school. But I've been throwing applications places and so far not too much luck, but that's mostly just because the situation in the world right now, and because where I live, not that many jobs in this sort of field. We did, somebody from my class like messaged a bunch of people about how like something she worked for needed some artists to work on an animated thing that would be and we'd get paid, and she sent like everybody's portfolios to them and stuff, but then we never got a reply, so I don't know what that means, but that doesn't matter. I still got like 9 months until my student loans come in. That's the mouth frame. There we go. Need her hair color. Be good for me to have like just a color swatch layer here, but problem with her hair was that it was transparent though, actually. So I doubt that I have a fill layer of it. Yeah, no. Oh no, I guess it is just, I don't know, maybe I merged it with stuff. Doesn't matter too much. Let's make it a little dark, and then Uh, nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just that, like, if it's not transparent, then it covers this outline that I drew, and in some of the earlier frames, I'm not covering the outlines. Like the outline really shouldn't even be here at all, but it is. Ever heard of this Canadian cartoon called Detention Air? No, I haven't. This is so. Where'd my lyrics page go? Matter which one you pick. Oh no, okay, I'm drawing the wrong frame. Oops. I mean, this is a frame later, at least. But this is not... this is not the... I was looking at the wrong page of my sketchbook. There we go. That's done for later. Well, try to remember. I drew that already. We want to draw... that, okay. So still sort of continuing like with the map idea a little bit. I need to draw the zombie boy. Oops. Mess with there's some hotkey somewhere that messes with my density of my brush, and I don't know what key it is. So I just accidentally press it all the time. Let me look at that as a reference just so I know relatively where to draw the zombie. There we go. Did I miscut? You mean you saying that you finished some of the chapter stuff for your sweet Danganronpa fan thing? Could certainly check that out at the end here. Is this music still going? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who cares? My voice is filling the void. I usually listen to you know, like my Amazon Prime music playlist and stuff when I draw stuff, but on YouTube you're not really allowed to do that. I know people on I mean, I think recently Twitch has had like has implemented a copyright thing that people are bothered by. But, you know, kind of makes sense a little bit. Alright, yeah. Oh, it's more like that sort of. I feel like he's supposed to have a little like thing at the top of his hat. But it doesn't look like I drew that on some of these frames here. But yeah, okay, no, he does have a thing on his hat, and then also it has a tail coming off. He also doesn't have a neck. I drew him with a neck in the other frame. But he just has a big dress. You made a video for the stream specifically? Sweet. Well, we'll give everybody's stuff a look at 9 o'clock or so. I guess, I mean, everybody's sort of familiar with the process now, but if you draw anything during this time that I'm streaming, you can send it to me on Twitter and we'll peek at it at the end. I guess his hair doesn't even go around his whole head on the other frames. Okay. This is what happens when, like I said, it's going to be so noticeable what frames were drawn in like February and what frames were drawn recently. You draw her pointer, I guess, sort of in a way that'd make a little bit of sense. I mean, it doesn't totally have to make sense, but. This is my favorite part of drawing digitally, is that you just undo a million times until you draw the line the way that you want to. I don't know if he did I give him like a writing on his talisman? No, I did not. That's something that you would do in the future when you actually make it a polished animation, which I probably won't do because that takes a lot of work. That's 25. I need to do the same thing I did before. We need to get some, like a shot of some action lines. Go and then bring them back. Apparently, Paw Patrol's trending all over a joke about one of the dogs being a police officer. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, Paw Patrol's ahead of my time, so I have like, I'm aware that that's a very popular kids thing now, but I've never like seen even a second of it before in my life. Okay, then okay, her eyes are closed on my thumbnail drawing, so we'll make her eyes closed. Does she have eyelashes in my other frames? I guess not. Usually I give girls eyelashes, but okay, no, she doesn't. Some of them I forget, some of them I don't. Hello, Wolf. Welcome to our first drawing stream in 2 weeks because I wasn't able to do it last week. Right now I'm working on an Animatic that I started in like February and haven't touched. I'd like to have this off my chest. I've been meaning to some of you may remember the like joke storyboard thing that I made on April Fool's Day. I've been meaning to do something like that again, but based on a different cartoon. But I haven't had the desire to. So I figured maybe finishing this would give me the desire to, like, this would remove the hypothetical weight on my shoulder of like me thinking like, man, this needs to get done. This that pointer can go away now. Make sure it doesn't come off too square. That's what the hardest thing about the way I draw on digital stuff is trying to do this, like make a head shape. I actually just did like a good one by accident there, but from like this corner it looks okay. I really fix it though. I'll leave it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is all the whole intention of this board was just to be very rough and simple and something I could just do. Kind of cartoonishly coming out of the side of the screen, even though it doesn't make any sense. She needs to be holding her pointer. Cartoonishly long pointer. Glad to be here. Happy birthday. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I don't watch it either, but it's ridiculous. A cartoon for 4-year-olds about a fictional dog, for crying out loud. I know. I'm trying to. I think maybe like Bubble Guppies was new, like when I was like old enough to realize like I'm not watching Nick Jr. anymore. Or even that was like, well, not like by the time Bubble Guppies came out was when like my siblings and me were all too like old to care about like preschool aged entertainment stuff. What did I draw this on? Look. Okay. There we go. Right. Like that. Oh, make that go up there. There we go, kind of, sort of. That maybe. Didn't even draw the stick on a different layer like I should have. I just kind of have to erase it like this, not erase her hand. Hate Twitter sometimes. Yeah, but I've certainly been using Twitter way more. My go-to place for a very long time was Tumblr, but I've gotten over Tumblr, but probably just mostly because it seems like not many people use it anymore, or just like there's kind of just like funnier stuff, and like more art being posted on Tumblr or on Twitter these days. Even though, you know, all social media is full of all sorts of negativity that can get to you, but you gotta try not to let it get to you and stick to focusing on what makes you happy and doing the right things and all that. But I didn't color in her buns on the other page. She has two colors that she needs, even though they're just grays. Boop 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 boop. So the other day, one of the artists who worked on Adventure Time was raffling off some art they did for Adventure Time, and they raffled it off today. I didn't win, but that would have been amazing. That would have been an amazing birthday thing to happen, but it didn't happen. But some YouTuber merchandise that I ordered from a YouTuber that I like a lot came in the mail coincidentally today. So that was a birthday thing. Tumblr feels like a ghost town now. Yeah. Oh no, I'm just using it has like a little design thing there on her shirt. There we go. Her hair looks a little weird here. That's fine. That's fine. Good attempt at a frame. That's 25B. Whoops. 25B. Oh, 25C. Oh. All right, let me take a sip of water real quick. All I remember Tumblr being was just a place for weird images. Most of my mutuals actually haven't left Tumblr. It's a pretty chill place right now. Yeah, I mean, I certainly, you know, because I have nothing better to do, really, I do go on Tumblr still quite a bit. But there's certainly much less content there than there used to be. Or at least just from the people I'm following. Here, we can merge these layers so that I have less stuff to hide away. And yeah, and the next in the lyrics is like what I've already drawn, sort of. It's her listing off some foods and giving them to the zombie character, so we get to do some copy and pasting for a second. He's in there. That's the, we have to replicate this, and may as well just copy and paste all of it. Oh wait, I'm dumb. You can't do that on this program, or at least you can't do it the way that I thought you could. We just need that other bowl never go on the table. No. Oh, I kind of made this confusing for myself on this frame. That's just a sketch, okay. That's a sketch also. Paste that sketch. Hide that sketch. that. I'm looking a different direction. It's the girl with the food in that corner. And that's the girl with the food in that corner. Also, we need that bowl of food on the table. And where's the frame with the table? That sketch, I hid that. Oh, because it's not transparent. Sort of. How transparent was it? 35? I don't know why I made this more complicated than it needed to be. There we go. So we'll have her start on that side, and then we need to draw the food she's holding here, which is in a bowl, black. And it has a face, because that's funny. Buff Corell uploaded a What's New Scooby-Doo cover an hour ago. Oh boy. That's, I mean, you know, we're all aware of it, but the What's New Scooby-Doo theme song is incredible. But another theme song that I think is incredible, that doesn't really get that much credit because it's of a show that nobody really remembers, is the Cat and Mikey theme song. Theme song for that show is splendid. Hello. Have I drawn Mortal Kombat characters? I might have in the past, just as a sketchy thing, but at the moment I'm just working on a little original sort of song-based animatic that I started a while ago. Is that okay? It has a streak. There we go. We hide that one. Oh, this one, and then the plate needs to have a different food in it. I think Tumblr hates Steven Universe. Well, I sort of I fell out of following the community and stuff for Steven, but I still watched it all through and I liked it. I don't really know what sort of the reception was towards the ending of that series, but I enjoyed it. Sort of around the time I started this channel, I made a commitment to try my best to avoid seeing other people's opinions on things, because I'm the kind of person who, if I see somebody say something, then I automatically also have to think about that. If I like something, but then I see somebody say that they don't like that something, then I begin questioning whether or not I was supposed to like it, and it's annoying, and it would absolutely hinder by ever tried to review some stuff, no matter which one. This is, we need to draw some noodles now. I have a lot of tabs open, I'm getting confused. Awooga. Well, welcome to the Awooga party now. Prefer Adventure Time? I mean, I do too. And that comes back. We got a busy week next week. With there's quite a few very different things coming out and happening, but a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to pay attention to and try to get done. But we're also I said this the other day, but maybe not everybody was here, but I'm getting a dog on Tuesday. So trying to balance experiencing all the new media stuff that comes out next week and take care of a new dog will be fun. But my family will help with the dog stuff. Oops, is that an inside joke? No. I don't know where the awoogas came from, but try to avoid spamming it so much. We want some kind of noodles. What kind of noodles? They have like, they got like celery or something. We can draw that. And we put the base on the celery. And on the other frames like this, I had an arrow drawn to show that it was like moving. See the new... Did I see the new Paper Mario game? I did. You told people to do that? Well, I mean, you know, at least it was a humorous thing to come in and start saying, rather than, you know, what true spammers do, where they make people like put huge blocks of text and things. YouTube's pretty good at like knowing what to block and knowing what not to. Yes, thank you all for the happy birthdays. I greatly appreciate it. I'm 21 years old now. Isn't that exciting? Now he needs to be... Face needs to move to be looking at her. And there we go. And the table is transparent on the other panels too. Like that seems to look a little weird to me, but I guess I drew it before. Put that way. 6A. And we need to make this food all down. Ooh. Yes, thank you for the happy birthday. I mean, you know, I'm sure I'm absolutely not alone in this situation, but like having a birthday during this whole quarantine thing is slightly underwhelming. But I mean, you know, we usually don't. We like usually on birthdays in my family we'll just like go out and get dinner someplace. But we got like some takeout today instead, and kind of sat at home. That's 26. B. We can hide both of those, but we do need to add that plate of food to this table for consistency. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Anaconga. If that's the correct way to say that. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because my computer volume's down, but like, did the subscriber notification thing show up on the stream? I haven't been I hadn't noticed that just then or the other day when somebody else ended up following. So maybe it's broken up. I know that the way YouTube tracks people's subscriptions and stuff is weirdly confusing. Pretty empty looking plate. Let me move this to the center of the plate at least. Even though, you know, one of the things that only matters to the person who's drawing it. There we go. her over here. Right. I mean, I don't know. I guess technically a sprite, right? And look at her on that side. He didn't have his nose on the other frames either, right? Probably. That sound pushy, but I was hoping you'd answer my question. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Why are Amphibia, Infinity Train, and Owl House already so underrated? I don't know. I feel like something with the advertising, probably, because I think definitely not that many people even know that Owl House and Amphibia like exist. And I know Infinity Train was a big deal when the like pilot for it came out, but then definitely when the show came out, it like people were like, "Oh my god, it's coming out!" And then like it came out and nobody really paid attention to it. I think it's just kind of, it's probably just a matter of the way they've been marketed and stuff. Like, so we did the bigger name like YouTubers and social media artists and everything need to bring it up more. I still need to get through the like other few episodes. I mean, there's dumplings I gotta draw. Is Owl House having new episodes air now? I'd assume it does. I was trying to watch it when the show started, and then because I was in school, I got distracted with school and couldn't continue watching it. I just came to do the Awuga thing, where your content is like the videos I normally love to watch, so I'll definitely be sticking around. Well, thank you very much. And you know, I mean, you know, it's fine. I don't really mind the Awuga thing too much. And so now we draw some dumplings. I mean, you know, they got a Chinese name that I can't pronounce, but when I look it up, it's dumplings. Oh, I made her the outline here. Nobody talks about Infinity Train. It's one of my favorite modern cartoons. Yeah, and like, the creator of Infinity Train's been really talking about on his Twitter about how Cartoon Network is gonna look at the like view count and ratings and stuff that Infinity Train gets on HBO Max, and they're gonna use that to decide if it should have a new season or something. Which is pretty unfair because like obviously everybody who's a fan of Infinity Train isn't gonna be buying HBO Max. But like, you know, I hope they get the numbers that they wanted to see, because there's a lot more that could be done with that concept. Go little dumplings. Now they get all little faces. Think Owl House is on hiatus? Yeah, they're probably still working on it. Owl House got renewed for a new season even before the show aired, though. So Disney has some faith in that. They just haven't like shown it. Favorite cartoon of all time is Regular Show. Regular Show is amazing. I'm actually the creator of Regular Show is getting a new show on HBO Max called Close Enough. July 6th that comes out, and I'm very excited for that. You know, I'm known by being like a big Adventure Time fan, but even though Adventure Time's getting like a set of new episodes for HBO Max, I think I'm more excited for Close Enough series, just because I really want to see what other kind of stuff Mr. J.G. Quintel can create. You know, little dumplings. I also totally I drew technically they need to be. I need to draw them bouncing up first. That's okay. This will be. So this is 20, 26, 26D. Then we need to draw C by moving the location of these dudes a little. Well, a quick question, Crypto. What do you think Miyu and Gonta would say if they saw me? Well, I think Gonta would be a fan of you because you're like, you know, plants and bugs are similar enough. And I think Miyu would probably be terrified, but she would pretend to not be terrified to look cool. I think the best thing about miniseries like Over the Garden Wall and Infinity Train is that they're easy to binge because episodes are 11 minutes long. Exactly. Over the Garden Wall is like, it is like golden. Like that show is so perfectly constructed. Like they made comics to continue it and stuff, but the way that it is, the like 2-hour miniseries that it is, it's amazing. It's amazing how much like story they can cram into that. Same thing with Infinity Train. Infinity Train definitely, compared to Over the Garden Wall, Infinity Train has like more sort of like backstory stuff going on. Like it has more to its world that we don't really get to see. Or I mean, you know, we get to see a good amount of it by the end of the second season, but like there's still a good amount that like I'd love to see more of. We gotta draw these dumplings like bouncing off the plate. Thank you guys for being so active in the chat today. Just I know drawing and reading is slightly difficult. So sorry if I end up missing anything. What program are you using? I'm using Paint Tool SAI version 2, which is just if you buy Paint SAI, it comes with version 2 as a beta, and there's basically no difference with the version 2 other than like it has a text tool and a shape tool that aren't even that good. But I made all my brushes in version 2, so like I've just been using the version 2 the whole time anyways. And then for video editing, I use Sony Vegas, which, you know, it's Magix Vegas now. Some company called Magix owns it, which I don't know if it's even different from Sony or not, but same software, just slightly different name now. Let me drink some more water. Remember Long Live the Royals? Long Live the Royals is like absolutely one of those like totally pretty forgotten things from Cartoon Network's history. Cause that was basically, I think that was made by mostly like regular show writers, and it was just after Over the Garden Wall was another miniseries they made, but it was very, very comedy focused. Like it didn't have the same sort of seasonal vibe or like lore that Infinity Train and Over the Garden Wall have. So I just think it didn't really hit it off with people like at all. So I remember the art style not being like the best. 26 C, but also I need a shot of just him standing there with this plate of food. The 26. I will say BB. Sorry, my throat's getting like particularly dry today. Most cartoons on TV are 11 minutes long, while Netflix shows are 20 at most, and it kind of takes hours to complete it in sittings. It's kind of frustrating. I know, I totally feel the same way because Adventure Time absolutely taught me that you can do so much storytelling in 10 minutes. Like 20 minutes is okay too. Like that's very normal, but there's like it's all live action stuff, but like live action TV shows have like hour-long episodes, and it's like, you know, unless the show is like really engaging, how are you ever supposed to watch every episode? Yeah, what do I think of Midnight Gospel? I really, really liked Midnight Gospel. I think but like mainly the art in it appealed to me so much. I kind of like, you know, the topics discussed in that show weren't things that I really understood. Um, but that was a very, very enjoyable show. I did a review on it somewhere, like a month ago or so. You remember that Orange Juice had a cartoon episode on TV? The Annoying Orange? Yeah, that was good times. That was like, you know, we had shows like Annoying Orange and Problem Solvers and stuff that, you know, people don't like that stuff, but um that was like a really strong age for Cartoon Network because what they did, which I really wish this would be brought back because it was so fun, and particularly because I was going through high school and stuff, so like having this to look forward to is great. But on Monday nights when they showed new episodes of their shows, they showed the episodes back to back. Like there was a commercial break between, but they show one 10-minute Adventure Time episode and then immediately show one 10-minute regular show episode and then show an Annoying Orange episode and then show like a Mad episode. And it, like, you know, some of the shows were more quality than others, but they did try making a lot of different shows during that time too, and that was cool. Okay, so now I am on this frame that I accidentally drew earlier, or rather, I just put it into. Okay, I see what I did. I put it into the wrong folder. I mean, all this stuff, anyways. This is this. These all go in here, and then this hides, and then this goes down here, and then this is deleted, and then we show these. I feel like maybe I could do another frame here of her being like moving in. She should have eyelashes. I'm currently, because I mean, speaking of like Netflix shows that take a long time to get through, I totally missed the boat on She-Ra, so I'm currently trying to watch through all of that, even though it's over now. I did not watch any of it while it was airing, because, like, you know, I thought it was a really, I mean, it is, but like, I thought it was like an action-oriented shows and things like that, like Ben 10, that kind of stuff never like hooks my interest. But everybody has been praising She-Ra like crazy, so I'm finally checking it out, and they're all right. Everybody's right. It's really good. So I didn't export this frame yet. So this can be, make this 27. 27C, and we can create 2 more frames before this one. Have him standing in a place and then also draw action lines, so it's like the girl comes into the frame. What are we saying? We're all very chatty today. That's awesome. I used to like that show when I was young, but now that I look back, I realize how terrible it was. It could also get boring sometimes. Annoying Orange, you guys were talking about then? I mean, you know, Annoying Orange is really special because that was like a YouTube thing that turned into a TV show. I mean, that happened to a lot of stuff, but it was very novel. But like nowadays, like, you know, all the big YouTubers like are on like guest stars on shows and stuff all the time. But like, you know, that was back when YouTube was still like kind of new. kind of erase this all, I guess. I feel like there's no way a show like Problem Solvers would get greenlit nowadays, and that makes me sad. Yeah, because like that's what was so like, even though like those shows weren't considered by many people to be that quality, the fact that Cartoon Network like they greenlit Secret Manifold Awesome, Robotomy, Problem Solvers, like all within like sequence of each other, just to see which ones people would like just to give the artist a chance to make something unique and new, like that was sick. But now everybody like there's with current cartoons, there's kind of just like this very strong like we are either making like a cute show that can sell merchandise and doesn't have continuity, or a show that's like very heavily based on continuity because Gravity Falls and Adventure Time did so well. Ben 10 was one of the best, but now it's a little ruined. I mean, Ben 10 has like a lot. Ben 10's got like 1,000,000 seasons these days. Really good memories of Cartoon Network back then. How do you set up that Streamlabs bot? So when you're using Streamlabs' website, there is a CloudBot section somewhere, and that gives you a link to the YouTube channel for the bot, and you need to make that the bot's YouTube channel an admin on your YouTube channel. Which, I'm sure Streamlabs has like a video tutorial to explain that better than I can. This, have his other ear showing, then he'll he didn't have a design on his shirt, right? Oh, he does have the thing on his hat though. I'll have to draw that before. There we go, we can do that. Oh, maybe his eyes should be a little more demonized. So that's 27A. Do like a smear frame. We want to do like a smear frame of the girl coming in, like, where's her? That's her hair. There she is. Oh, I need to do it on another layer too. Oops. Remember when Pokemon used to air on Cartoon Network? Yeah, I was pretty surprised to see it like go somewhere else. But I mean, now the Pokemon's even just posting episodes like on their app, like for free, totally to watch and stuff. I think, like, I'm pretty sure if at least in the U.S. you can hopefully maybe access like every episode of Pokemon for free. It's, like, there's probably ads, or maybe you need to have a cable service or something. But it's cool that there's like easy access to some of the older seasons and stuff now. Technically my arms and legs are made of metal, so Mia would have something to like, right? Well, yeah, I guess so. Shrek should have a cartoon. Shrek had like, I don't know if DreamWorks still does it, but they had a YouTube channel, with like skits. So like they had a lot of videos of like Shrek just talking to the camera, like making a vlog, like complaining about like jokey stuff. Maybe this should be moved over a little. This might look weird. I could draw one with action lines, but then also just keep this attempt at a smear frame and see which one looks better. Or her hair. Oh. Oh, and her buns aren't colored on the other frame either. a bunch of holes in this drawing. Because I'm a noob who just uses the fill tool to do all this stuff. Here. There we go. And frame did I or buns in on? Boop, 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 boop. And there we go. And we'll also well, wait, I didn't save it. Didn't export it. Is this music still playing? This music is varied in volume. This is 27 B. And we'll also draw like some action lines. Maybe a little better probably. 27 B again. Then on this frame where she's yeah, I just need to make that full. We need to make this one transparent, and I need to draw the thing on the top of his hat. There's a real drama in Shrek's movies. I remember that the creator of the company copied the ideas movies from Disney. Yeah, because like when DreamWorks started, like there was all sorts of stuff going on. Like it was all people originally from like Pixar, and they're all very angry with each other. On this color that's here. Boop, boop. It might seem weird the way all this stuff's being drawn now, but it'll come together, hopefully, probably. That's 27C, right? Oh yeah, I re-render C. Previous message, please. I did read it, but yeah, like I don't know if she just likes metallic things or if she likes robots, but I mean if you're part robot, then she'll definitely be interested. Yeah, so there's that frame. Add these. Now we just have two alternating close-ups of the characters smiling. And then that's already it for what I have thumbnailed for this. Here we go. So we want. Let me sketch it first. Sort of fit it so head should be like that big. Yeah, there we go, something like that. Disney didn't have many movies, so they did live stream movies. You mean like how a lot of their stuff's ending up like on their Disney Plus service now? What happened? Did the live action Mulan movie come out, or are they still holding that until like the virus and stuff is over? I know Black Widow movie didn't come out yet, but I don't know about the Mulan movie. I mean, I know there's you know, a lot of people who could care less about that movie anyways, but I don't know. I'm just interested to know because I haven't paid attention to that. I didn't even like. I feel like because I'm a cartoon discussion person, I'm like legally required to at some point watch the newer Disney live action things. But also, I don't really want to. I mean, to be fair, actually, I watched the Aladdin one with my family somewhat recently. That one was actually surprisingly good. Like, the animation is like the animated movie is king, of course, but it just seemed like a live action adaptation of the movie, basically. I mean, I know it all comes from like the popularity of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, but it is very weird to me that Disney's so obsessed with making everything like kind of gritty. Like all their newer live action movies like all have the same sort of like really like dirty style to them. It's just weird because like the animations aren't really like that. Just like it's an interesting art direction from the take because you would think Disney is all family friendly, but then they like make Will Smith's genie look like sort of weirdly hyper realistic, and it's like it's not like scary, but it's like wouldn't they like the way you would stereotypically think of Disney? Wouldn't everything be a little more cute than they actually make it in these new movies? There we go. That's an essay topic. If anybody needs to write like a college essay, write about why Disney's visual aesthetics changed so drastically with their live action movies. Mulan movie did come out. There's a stigma against girly kiddie cartoons, and they want movies to appeal to everybody, not just kids. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I just feel like though, like they totally go like full blown like dark look. Like I was already kind of scared as a young kid. I didn't watch a lot of classic Disney movies because a lot of them scared me. And it's like looking at like the live action Beauty and the Beast, like that's probably scary to kids too. Like in a way that the cartoon is trying to be charming to kids, but like the live action stuff is like they're all trying to be like deliberately scary. It's just it's interesting. It's interesting. But now I like because I'm talking about it, I like totally feel the urge now to like go watch the new Lion King and stuff. I watched the Alice in Wonderland, but I mean that one's like really old at this point. And I watched Aladdin and in the live action Beauty and the Beast, and then I haven't seen any of the others. I did have a class in college the other semester where we watched like it was a Walt Disney dedicated class, so we watched like all the animated films and live action films that like Walt Disney himself was a part of. That was like my first time watching a good amount of the Disney stuff, and they were good. Like they immediately made the live action version like after I had watched it for the class, but I liked Lady and the Tramp a lot, like animation wise and stuff. You see all those movies very differently when you take a college course that points out all the undertones going on in them, but on the surface they're all still charming in ways. This is frame 28. Should he be blushing? I feel like maybe he should be blushing. Is that cute? Kind of seems out of place because I barely use any other colors. Oh, I accidentally closed that canvas. I do that a lot because there's also just a random hotkey that closes the canvas that I press back. We should have a Stitch live action movie. They're definitely, I think, working. I mean, they're probably just working on everything, but I think they were saying they're doing a Lilo and Stitch, which is cool. Like, I don't know. I certainly I'm not totally against the live action things in a way other people are, because I'm just of the opinion that like obviously the animated ones are always going to be better, but then you get into the argument of like the Lion King remake is actually just animated, but it's like realistic CG. So like it comes down to like a style difference, really, not really like a quality of the movie difference. Yes, well, hello, Canon Dead, welcome back. Here's what I think you would say. Who's got the bright idea to make this? Why is it part plant, part robot? I mean, she'd be interested for sure, though. I mean, part plant, part robot. That sounds like something I like, a concept I haven't like seen explored in things too much. I think the live action movies are just for the money. Kids these days didn't see the movies or hear the old movies. That's absolutely part of it too, because like, it's what everybody's doing now. Is I'll call it nostalgia baiting, where it's like, you know, the parents now who grew up watching these classic Disney movies want to show it to their kids, but then they see like, oh, there's a new version, I'll show that one, and I will also see it and enjoy it. So we'll give Disney the monies that they, you know, definitely don't already have more than enough of. Um, Hunchback Gang, and yeah, I think they're in the talks of doing that too. But from all the classic Disney movies that I've watched, Hunchback of Notre Dame is definitely my favorite one because of how like jarringly dark that one is. Even though, you know, they like implement like very blatantly obvious, very out of place, way too happy, jokey joke, comic relief stuff in that movie, but like when it's going and it's dark and stuff, like it's incredible. The music and the color schemes and everything in that movie are my favorite of all the Disney stuff. Which I've watched like most. I think I still haven't seen Little Mermaid, at least like recently, so that like I actually have a memory of it. I haven't seen Little Mermaid or Pocahontas recently, but I'm pretty sure I've seen everything else that's major. There's stuff like Robin Hood and things like that, but I don't know how, you know, like just princess movie wise, I guess. Back 2 sucks. I think I glanced because they all used to be on Netflix. I think I watched like I skimmed through Hunchback 2 just because I wanted to see what the heck was going on in Hunchback 2. I should watch Craig of the Creek and Apple and Onion sometimes. I definitely like I'm totally hoping to open my schedule up more and be able to watch some stuff. At the moment, in terms of watching things, like finishing up She-Ra is definitely my priority, and that will probably take me another week or two, just because I'm trying to make it last. Like I know it's over and like everybody's already talking about it, and I already know some spoilery stuff, but I would like to enjoy it at my own pace. And then once that's done, I'll open up the door and start really trying to watch more things, because you know that's my problem as I'm a self-proclaimed cartoon reviewer person, and I'm like behind on a lot of things. Well, what's that other show that's on Netflix? Kipo, right? Like that one's really good too. I will certainly pick that up as well. Now we draw the girl just like having a similar happy expression. Also in my thumbnail, she has like her hands to her chin like this. Really need to complete this sketch part, but accidentally put too much work into it. Funds. Her. And she has short sleeves, so like I've kind of messed that up on some frames, but that's fine. This arm's a little too thick, but that's just a sketch. That's just the beginning. Oh no, I'm dropping some frames here. As I mean, you know, I'm just drawing, so it's not like we really have to see frame by frame action going on. But has my voice been stuttering or anything? Because I just saw some visual glitching going on my stream preview. Apple and Onion, I like the songs in little episodes. I have not seen I haven't seen, like, I think I saw like the early commercials for Apple and Onion, but I have not seen anything from that show. Craig of the Creek, I've seen like a handful of clips because Cartoon Network definitely, rightly, is advertising that quite a bit on their social medias and stuff. Uh, Uncle, Grandpa, Claire, and Clarence haters are gonna hate you. Um, oh well. I mean, I probably watched the same number of Clarence episodes that I've watched of Uncle Grandpa episodes, and I like both those shows. Clarence is on HBO Max, right? Hey, I need to watch that one too. I mean, just kind of none of them are on there yet, but I was really looking forward to a lot of the classic Cartoon Network shows like Kids Next Door and Billy and Mandy being put on HBO Max, and they sure will be soon enough. They aren't right now, but like I absolutely want to watch those. I watched a little bit of like Chowder like in the background while I was editing some stuff. But Chowder's one. I mean, sort of all the older Cartoon Network shows. It's like I've seen the first season episodes so many times that like I can still remember them very vividly. So rewatching it is like kind of like, oh, it's just a little one because I don't get anything new out of it because I feel like I just saw like the pilot episode of Chowder yesterday. So it's a DreamWorks film. What's your opinion on Prince of Egypt? I haven't watched it. Hopefully it's still on Netflix and it's in my Netflix plan to watch list, but I'm pretty sure I'll love that. I think that'll probably have that same sort of like dark-ish style to it that Hunchback has that I like a lot. But I saw of DreamWorks' 2D stuff, I've only seen Road to El Dorado probably like 3 or 4 times because it's awesome. We first watched that in middle school actually for social studies. This a little more. Oh, you guys are asking so much in this tweet. Uncle Grandpa is really strange, very strange. Yeah, but it's it's the strangest that you gotta appreciate because it's like it's very unlike anything else, even if it is super weird. And actually this is a fun fact that I learned recently because I watched a little bit of the new Looney Tunes cartoons as well. The creator of Uncle Grandpa is like one of the head writers and directors and producers on the new Looney Tunes reboot, which you can like, knowing the quirkiness of Uncle Grandpa, you could totally see like Looney Tunes influence there. So it's pretty cool that he was able to get a position like that. And I mean, everybody loves those Looney Tunes cartoons, so I guess it just kind of depends on like the context that his very cartoony style is put into. I think the problem with most people have with modern cartoons is that most of them have the same-ish art style. Yeah, that's definitely... I don't know if it's a worthy complaint, but that's something like everybody says all the time. And like part of that, like it's kind of like an extreme argument because like Uncle Grandpa and Problem Solvers look like very different from most modern shows, but it's like if people want different art styles, stop getting so mad when there is a new art style. Like I can understand, like recently a lot of adult comedies, adult animated comedies have had totally unique art styles. But like people are very, very picky about art styles. Now that like the Steven Universe style that people really like for a little while is being used by everything, people don't like it anymore. And it's like, well, what do people want? Because if they make a show like Problem Solvers and it has an art style that's very deliberate but also very new and appealing, not massively appealing, then everybody's gonna hate it. So I don't know. Because there's some animated show on Fox. I don't remember what it was called. I think it's Bless the Hearts. I think it was called. I just like to see it because I follow Fox on Facebook still. It has like the worst character designs and animation I've ever seen in my entire life. Like people say Family Guy looks like Go Animate. This show literally looks like Go Animate, and the characters are modeled off of Bitmojis, which is I haven't seen anybody talk about that one. Everybody was memeing about Duncanville when that was coming out, but I haven't seen anything about Bless the Hearts, if that's what it's called. There's a Cuphead cartoon on Netflix, I think. Yes, that's in the works right now. I know a bunch of news and clips came out for it because there was a big animation festival. And I meant to do a video about that stuff, but I got busy. Yes, I did read your previous message. And Wolf is yelling at me to watch Prince of Egypt, which I will. I think I'll get myself through She-Ra, and then I will like hit the gas on clearing out my Netflix watch list and all the other things that I need to be watching. Look at how long this panel took me to draw just because I'm talking so much. That's fine. That's the point. And then we need to color her buns in. And again, if you guys work on any drawing stuff that you want to show after the stream, you can send that over to me on Twitter, which I will put a link to if I can spell it correctly. I don't know about Marvel movies that are gonna come out. Yeah, I know. I mean, as far as I know Black Widow is like ready to be released, but I don't know what else for like the cinematic universe is ready. Well, they have the like Disney Plus like TV shows, just about like ready to release. I'll leave the outline turned on. That's 29. And then that's I mean 8:30, good timing on that, I guess, but that's all I have thumbnailed out right now for the Animatic. So congrats. Now we can edit it. We do some live editing and hope that that goes well. Because I've never done that before. I'm just glad most of the pilots Cartoon Network post every now and then don't get picked up by Nickelodeon. Yeah, Nickelodeon definitely. I don't know if it was because of this animation festival that happened, but they announced like a bunch of new stuff recently. Mostly stuff that seems, you know, cute. Thing like TV Universe, Adventure Time quality, but you know, they do what works for them. Right, so let me see now if I can capture my editing software. Where's the drawer? Let me hide this. This will take a second. I mean, I don't know how loud I want the volume to end up being for this. I'll turn off the relaxing music so that we can hear the music. Excuse me, music. Let's see how this works. All right, it's capturing the stream. It's capturing Streamlabs right now. That's interesting. Why do I have a calculator open? Where is it? Vegas. Here we go. Fit to screen. Put it under the overlay. And under all that stuff too. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That works. Now we can see how babies are made, or how videos are made. But videos are my babies, and hopefully the PC volume won't be too loud. I'm gonna have to listen to it. So there might be some echoing going on here and stuff. Oh, she blushes on this frame. So I guess I did use pink in the video at a point. Happy birthday! Thank you. Thank you, man. Pinky Malinky was originally Cartoon Network, then it went to Nickelodeon, and then it went to Netflix. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was like the one that was like kind of like Gumball, but it wasn't really. And I don't know. That was one that people that was a talking point for a lot of people because of how it seemed like a ripoff and stuff. Because that's the only thing anybody really wants to focus on these days is like the negativity of a show, and it's like nah. Because, like the whole point of what we do here is to be as positive as possible. Oh, I guess I just didn't render this part, but I was wondering if I had a zoom in here, but do. How to make babies 101 with Crown Cryptid. Exactly. I'm a mod. I'm allowed to swear. Yeah. And we're all adults here, most likely. So we're gonna. I apologize if the audio for this ends up being a little loud. So. Okay, yeah. So here. So it zooms to that. A little. Just a little off. Try to center that more. I don't know. Oh, does the other? Okay, this doesn't. The thing I'm using to edit this doesn't necessarily show up. I guess the way I drew this might be the best I'm gonna get out of this. Try to like kind of match. One of those things where the point of like like this is only a few frames of the video, like it sort of tricks your eye into like instantly jumping to like this zoom. Like clearly the stick is totally different, but when you watch it all pieced together, it's not as noticeable. And then we need this for like 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. I guess I apologize if I don't like explain the process that's going on here, but it's kind of thing where like once you're so used to doing something, it becomes hard to explain how to do it to somebody else. I think the pilot was made by the studio that made Gumball. Was it? I wasn't aware of that. Isn't Gumball like, it's kind of something nobody brings up anymore, but a lot of the characters in Gumballs were from like failed pilots and short films and stuff by like the Ed and Eddie studio or something. Oh yeah, that looked good. So, put 3 frames here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's perfect. The marker of the perfect spot. Okay, I think I want 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Have this swipe. Yeah, rejected projects from the creator. Gumball should be the story of the creator when he was a kid. Gumball, aka cartoon, is actually a different aka cartoon from Ed and Eddie. Okay, I never knew that. The 2 totally different studios with the same name. I guess that's like, as I was saying that seconds ago, I was like, Ed and Eddie's like Canadian, right? So that doesn't really make sense because Gumball is European. So there we go. You learn something new every day. Nick just runs SpongeBob as much as Cartoon Network runs Teen Titans Go. Definitely. I mean, I don't watch TV. No, like not many people really watch TV anymore. So I basically have no idea what goes on Nickelodeon. Like I have not watched Nickelodeon in forever. The most recent time I watched Nickelodeon was when I DVR recorded the SpongeBob musical when they put that on TV. love the Amazing World of Gumball. I haven't caught, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen every episode of Gumball. Maybe there's some like early, like maybe mid season 3 ones that I never saw, but I'm pretty sure I saw every episode, and except for the last few. I know it ended like abruptly, but then they did like a weird mini series that I think nobody even watched, and then it ended, unfortunately. But they were like also trying to do a movie, but there was like a bunch of just mostly rumors about that, and nobody knows if that's actually a thing that's happening. But that show is so quality. That show is so hilarious, and sort of back to our topic of like art styles and stuff. Like the fact that Gumball was able to get away with having so many totally different art styles like all the time. Like in the later seasons, every episode, like the climax of the episode was like a joke relating to a new art style. Like the way that one with they did like a rap song, and like the Don't Hug Me I'm Scared artists like did puppet stuff for them. Like it was very cool that it was the kind of show that was allowed to do like whatever the heck it wanted, and it was always funny. And it had a lot of satire too, but it was like always really good, funny, like satire. Anyways, the Chapter 2 body discovery is an Ace Attorney character, and Chapter 3 body discovery of the trend of Chapter 3 being double murder. Ooh. When I was doing a fan fiction, I never even I like it takes so long to write that stuff, so I didn't even write the 3rd chapter. But I was debating whether or not to make it a double murder or not, because that's like what they always do in the games. Like I said, they cancel any show that isn't as popular as SpongeBob. That's unfortunately pretty true as well. But I mean, they still got a lot of live action stuff going on Nickelodeon. I don't know what any of it is, but they're doing stuff. It looks like that's a little loud. Maybe it's not that loud, but I don't want to be blowing anybody's ears out. Like copyrighted music. Okay, here, and then so no matter which one you pick, I'll get 1, 2, 3. Wait, this one had. Oh no, that's the stick. Okay, yeah. 1. That's where 1 is said. I'm gonna make markers to know these things. I feel like maybe I could draw an extra frame here where if she says the other part of the sentence, I can have her eyes open, so it's a little less static. Even though, you know, it's an animatic, it should be kind of static. That rhymed. I didn't mean it to. The Teen Titans Go is a really bad cartoon. Even the creator said that in the cartoon. Well, some people that I'm following are memeing about Teen Titans Go a lot right at the moment. But one of them posted a clip from the movie, and I remembered that, you know, like, the movie had some pretty good stuff in it. Like, you know, that wasn't a horrible movie. But there's a lot of, like, I can't respect the show at all, because there's a lot of stuff in it that, you know, people have talked about it's just like, don't do that. Same kind of goes for what I've seen in Total Dramarama as well. And Chapter 3 is both Borderlands characters, so you know who the culprit is already for that chapter. Ooh. That's so. Go here, and then this is when she starts giving the food. So, there's this blank frame needs to be here for like moving the wrong one. Something that that Sony Vegas does that like maybe Adobe Premiere can do if you tell it to, maybe. But in Sony Vegas, if you overlap things on the timeline here, it automatically creates like a fade transition. Like you see how she fades away. But in Adobe Premiere, if you overlap anything, it will just automatically delete the thing that you overlap. And, like, I can kind of understand that, but for a lot of the things that I edit, I try to be very frame perfect. So like that just doesn't work for me. Anyways, I don't want that. Video editing 101. There are 2 movies. There are, well, the movie that was in theaters. I know they eventually did like a crossover with the original Teen Titans. Rather, like they keep doing jokes about that stuff. Let's bring back the original Teen Titans because that's what everybody wants. Stop making kind of making fun of it. Crowd, you might as well say the culprit here. Well, unfortunately, it's probably me, right? Okay, no, this is here for like 3 frames. Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay, oops, I messed that up a little bit. There's not a... Well, maybe backwards? Is there a frame where she's not there with the second food bowl? No, okay, well, no, that's fine. Continuity. So here, somewhere here, like for... like a little more than that. That shot. That shot. And also I need to do, the food needs to fall on the plate. How many frames did I give that previously? Okay, I went to the beat of the music. But the words being said here are very Chinese, so I don't really, not really as much of a beat to this part as there was on the previous one. So I might just go and make the food off the plate for 3 frames and then make the food on the plate for the rest. Is this one? So this is off the plate. It's off the plate. Okay. One of them is Deadshot or whoever it's named, and the other was a Teen Titans from the other universe. Yeah. It was Deadshot as the villain in that movie, right? He was a good part of that movie. I remember that. I remember like there was like that one. There was like a handful of really good dark humor jokes in the Teen Titans Go theater movie, and the music sequences had like those were pretty good, and they had some nice animation. Like it had some nice animation overall, even though it was pretty close to the show. Yeah, for one of them, I made a reference to a scene in Borderlands, the Welcome to Pandora's Kiddo scene, which is what I referenced. I mean, Nick even movies glitch text to Netflix, but they apparently didn't want it anyway. I think Glitch Text has a few more episodes coming out, and that's another one I totally forgot about too. But I need to watch that too. But Netflix is like they're partnered with Nickelodeon right now, like the way Zim came out on Netflix and stuff, and that was a huge success. So they're like, okay, and the Rocco movie happened too. So now they're buddy, and like they're gonna have a good amount of original stuff on Netflix, rather than which is better than Nickelodeon starting their own streaming service, which is what HBO did. It's good to a degree that we can just have Netflix for Nickelodeon and not have Nickelodeon Plus or whatever they would call it. What band did this song? This is Millie, which is Mili. And the song is Retort, although the song is spelled, the name of the song is RTRT. I'm sure it shows up if you just search Retort. I love them. They're they're basically the only band that I actually consistently pay attention to. I'm big into music. I listen to a lot of music. I love music, but I don't pay attention to bands necessarily. I just kind of listen to random playlists of genres and stuff. And I like this one. I like this one. Rather than seeking out bands and stuff. But that's something on top of watching more cartoons that I should start doing. Also, I tried to make "for ha 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 blah" sound louder. Yeah, I love the way you type that out. Deathstroke was his name. The crossover, it's Endgame, but with the universe team. I saw some big joke from that crossover Teen Titans Go movie. There was I don't know, about the original Teen Titans Robin telling the Teen Titans Go Robin that he's annoying or something. I don't know. That's probably quality. Although it's just weird of them to because the Teen Titans Go, the other movie has a post-credit scene where it hints at the next movie, but people thought oh, it's hinting at the original Teen Titans coming back. That's awesome. But no, it's the original Teen Titans coming back in one episode of Teen Titans Go, or one movie of Teen Titans Go, which is lame. But now, like, even DC has their own streaming service now. Like, there's some, they have a lot of animated stuff on there that's like original to it, I think. Some cartoons now are either reboots like DuckTales or being adapted from a book, game, etc. Yeah, it's definitely like again, using it as an example, like Problem Solvers, Uncle Grandpa. It's like those were totally original cartoon ideas, and I think those were so out there. I think like not because of those shows specifically, but I just business wise right now, studios are really interested in just making a thing out of something that they know will work. Like they're for whatever reason they're afraid to try new things all of a sudden. For the most part, and if they do try a new thing like Craig Creek, they like kind of mandate that like it looks very similar to Steven Universe and things like that. But you know, it's not all bad. Although I only watched a handful of it, but I wasn't able to get into the new DuckTales just because I felt like it was trying very, very hard to just be Gravity Falls again, but with to me anyways, like a less interesting art style and stuff. Like it's weird to me that the new DuckTales, let's say you're talking about cartoons, but the new DuckTales, it has the same art style as the newer Mickey Mouse shorts, but it is in no way actually expressive or anything like those shorts are. Like it's very on model and like normal looking. It's not a lot, like I'm sure the original DuckTales wasn't like a classic Donald Duck cartoon, but it's just weird to me that the new DuckTales has the same style as those shorts to a degree, but like they don't really do much interesting stuff with the style from what I was able to see of it. Everything's too plain now. But you know, that's just me anyways. I need to watch it more. I mean, that's gotta be on Netflix too, right? So like I'm just sitting on I have tons of access to all these shows and I'm just sitting on them rather than watching them. I'll watch She-Ra first. They did the anime at Batman. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's the Bat Ninja like CG anime. I was really interested in seeing that. I totally forgot about that. I'm gonna write that down. I don't know if Batman Ninja. I don't know if that's even available on any things that I have access to. But I need to watch that. Yeah, let's be real. DuckTales reboot is amazing. I mean, you know, I'm sure it is in ways, but I didn't see enough of it, and it didn't grab me enough back when it was first starting. I'm sure, like I've seen like some of the lore stuff that's happened later on, so it's like I'm sure it gets much more interesting than it was at the beginning. So you know, I'll have to get to it. Do you think they did that to Rainbow Bright some years ago? Being captured? No. And Rainbow Bright. Did Care Bears get something new sort of recently? Or did that not happen? Remember Flintstones was getting something new? And I don't think that ended up ever, like I think that died out, but they were working on some sort of reboot for Flintstones, and it got bad reception from the concept art and stuff, and I think they never went through it. And then even before that, like years ago, like probably over 10 years ago, the creator of Family Guy was working on a Flintstones thing, and nothing ever happened with that. So it's like, you know, why are they having such a hard time making a new Flintstones? They're on a cereal box. That seems to be the only thing that's working for them. The Flintstones thing came out on Boomerang UK. Oh, okay. I thought it totally just didn't come out at all. I think some of the people I follow on Twitter were artists on it. I saw behind the scenes art from it like the other day, which is why it's in my head. You will look at the lyrics to make sure. Okay, yeah, so wonton is one food. But only in the UK, if I remember correctly. I'm glad that I was able. I've never seen that abbreviation before, but I was just like, it just clicked immediately. I knew what it meant. Yeah, it's weird that even boomerang is even like a thing. I wasn't like aware that it was still going until one of my aunt has Time Warner for her cable, and they had access to boomerang. That was maybe 3 years ago. I saw it and I was like, oh, boomerang like exists, and it gets like original programming and stuff. Interesting. But then it's like, are they gonna put boomerang stuff onto HBO Max or what? I think I missed some lyrics here, huh? I did. Whoops. You list 4 foods, but I only drew 2. So I guess we're gonna leave a blank space there for a little bit. It's my fault. So we could just do this. I think maybe like 1, 2, 3. We see which of these looks better, the smear frame or the line frame. 1, 2, 3. Hide that one. This one. Oh. So this is a smear frame. Okay. It looks a little weird just because he changes position so jarringly. I think definitely the line looks better. That feels like a better visual trick than that one. Me. Batman Samurai Adventure Time was a pilot for Nickelodeon, and then C ended Adventure Time. Yeah, and Bravest Warriors, which like nobody really remembers anymore, and kind of wasn't the best really, but that was also pitched to Nickelodeon and aired as like a pilot on Nickelodeon, and then got picked. Well, technically, probably Frederator like owned it the whole time, and they just decided to make it like a web series because of how good Adventure Time did. I think I might leave the stream because I'm tired and then coming up with cartoon discussions with us stream, whatever that is. Well, yeah, that's fine. We're basically at the end here. I usually end at 9 o'clock anyways. So and just about when I lay out these things and run out of things to talk about, I'll peek at anything that anybody's drawn if I've been sent anything, and then we will end for today. Maybe here I should do a classic 3-frame zoom in. Like that, and then yeah, that looks okay. And then, I mean, that's it. The lyrics repeat here, and I didn't draw that part yet. I don't have that part thumbnailed out. I guess I didn't draw... there's not a shot of, like, action lines here for this. Maybe there should be. Just, like a fictional camera whip. Yeah, that looks alright. That looks good. I mean, we didn't add too much, and I literally forgot a set of lyrics here. But... that's fine. We had some fun. We had some good discussions there. Hold on. I might send what I'm working on so far for a multi-animator project part. Ooh. Well, here we go. I can turn the volume up a little bit and we can, I mean, not much is new here, but we can peek at this again. It is right now. Well, hang on, if I make it full screen, will it capture it on the stream? Oh no, it put it in full screen on my other monitor. Okay. Didn't animate that part. 1, 2, 3. But definitely this that zoom on the map, like watching it all together, that looked way better than it did a few seconds ago to me. Or no, this is the frame of them floating. We need to reverse these. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the time I need to adjust the timing a little bit there, but pretty good, right? You can't hear it? Sorry. It's so hard for me to judge the volume on this, but here we go. I'll turn it up quite a bit more. So maybe it'll be too loud now, but let's watch through it without me interrupting it and without it being very quiet. Muted. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. It's coming along, and definitely, you know, like even though it's all intentionally very sketchy, some here that are like really good. Like where's his teeth frame? This teeth like that. I don't know why that turned out so good, but I think it really did. I don't know if this is 6 FPS or not, but like the zooms on this stuff like seems really fluent for some reason. But yeah, it's turning out cute, and hopefully I can get it done like within the next 2 months or so. Incredible. Thank you. But yeah, I guess that that'll conclude me working on things for the night, and we can check out what you guys have. So if you guys got anything to send me, hit me up on the Twitter. I'm gonna actually like really quickly Windows error sounds. I'm gonna go to the bathroom very quickly, and I will be right back. All right, we're back. Yeah, Product Plate, I know your stuff is on your channel, so I will keep at that. Once I'm gonna have to take pictures of it, but I have some stuff that I sketched recently. And also, I know Blue Scout sent something the other day that I didn't get the chance to look at. But there we go. We got some. The Emoto, this is the best stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. Then Wolf. Because of the way Twitter is, I need to, I think, record my whole desktop for that. Need to rename this thing. Where is it? Windows error sound. Okay, so let's first look at what Blue Scout did. This one is from yesterday, right? This was yesterday when I was streaming Battle Block Theater. Blue Scout sent me these, but I didn't notice by the time I ended the stream. So this is me with my crown ripped off, like Kevin the Sea Cucumber. I guess like it's biologically attached to my body. I like that idea. Your character took it from me. And the golden whale from Battle Block Theater. I'm now noticing that you can't see my cursor yet. I'm pointing at these things. And then 2 robots from Battle for Bikini Bottom, which is very cool. I love those little robots. I need to draw them myself at some point. But that comes out on Tuesday. So look forward to me probably very likely streaming that next week at some point. Let me drink some more water. And then Blue Scout also did this today. I should open this in SAI, but I closed out of SAI. Slightly blurry, but I got some like goofy TF2 Gary's Mod faces. An angry video game nerd, I assume. Me having my birthday. Yay, thank you. I played Animal Crossing today, because they do birthday stuff, and the birthday stuff they do in New Horizons is pretty darn cute. But I mean, of course it's cute. Got a Wario. Wario's great. A Thwomp. I need to draw some Thwomps too at some point. The Doom eyeball thing that I will just call the Doom eyeball thing because I don't know. A puppy that I assume is Tito, my puppy that will be joining my family in 3 days. Then alligator / crocodile and their OC again, and a rat face. Very good. Let me fit that to the screen. There we go. And then we have stuff by Nematode, which is some fan art of my original characters, which is like this is like I'm so in love with these. Like this is so cute. I love that you even got her shoes correct. She has like bright pink shoes. This is amazing. So this is, I mean, we're not the universe hasn't been introduced to the 2 characters in the back, but this is Tia from my Underworld animatic, and then the girl in the gray dress is her friend Astrid, and then the ghost is her friend Hien, who has a little thing on her face because why not? I was running a webcomic for them for a little while, but I canceled it. But I love all my characters so much, so I absolutely want to get back to it and stuff. And these are adorable, fantastic drawings. Everybody around here draws everything so like floofy. It's amazing. I'm so like sketchy with the way I draw things. This is amazing. Then Nematode has another one of sort of like it's huge. Kind of a direct, like, look on it, sort of a direct shot from the comics. Oh, it's like just fills the whole screen. So this is basically, where the story left off was Tia and her friends meeting a little girl named Mia who had like spooky unexplained psychological powers or psychic powers or something that I would have gone into more if I wrote more of it. But congratulations on maybe being the first person to ever draw Mia fan art, Nematode. But this is incredible. I mean, even just the fact that you got so many details on them correct, even though they're very simple characters, but you got such perfect colors and everything. Like, it's fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm brainstorming dozens of ways to start bringing stuff back. So we'll see how it goes. And I need to look at Wolf's little animation segment here. Without I mean, I guess there's nothing like revealing here, but Where is that? Is this gonna show up properly? Boom. There we go. Crop my messages out. It's a little work in progress animation of like a ghost, I would assume. Little ghosty dude. Very cool, very fluid. Even like the loop like in the middle part there, that's amazing. Very amazing. Is this the same animator project that you were doing stuff for like a few weeks ago, or is it a new thing? Happy birthday, yes. Thank you once again. That's fantastic. And we also have piranha plants things to look at, and then I believe that is all. Let me get that stuff up. For anyone who's also I'm noticing right now my subscriber count like boosted pretty significantly. I don't know if those people anybody who jumped into this the stream at some point, but that's good to see, even though it's like negative to pay attention to that stuff. Also, the stream got flagged for potentially having inappropriate content. That's interesting. Glad I noticed that now. And for anyone who hasn't watched some of the other streams, Piranha Plant has been piecing together his little or their own original Danganronpa story. So there's some animated clips that we've gone to look at, and some other things. So we want there we go. So we got three things to look at here, and just make sure that this gets cropped correctly. Wrong button. Oop. I'll turn the volume up a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't end up being a little too loud. This is what with the chapter 2 body discovery for there. I was playing. I think it is. Oh no, there's the sound. Okay. This is Larry from Ace Attorney. That's great. All very quick, so we can take a look again. But it's so cool. Again, I mean, I was saying this to you before, but I love that you're working on something like this. You know, you're doing all sorts of sort of like editions and stuff too. And we got another one here for oh, I have the volume down on YouTube itself. That might be affecting some stuff. This is two in the third chapter, Claptrap and Handsome Jack are killed off. Oh no, this is Handsome Jack's. Oh, very cool. Absolutely, if I had more time in my hands, I would have totally put so much thought and focus into the original Danganronpa story that I was thinking about for quite some time. But I love this. And again, it totally makes me want to pick up like a Flipnote app like this and just do some stuff for no reason. I mean, that's almost my intention with doing this animatic. And then we also have a happy birthday thing from me. Look at how cute this is. Happy birthday, Crunker. I've helped you and you've helped me. You deserve this image to let you know how glad we are, putting smiles on tons of faces. Well, that's so nice. Thank you so much. That's that's why I'm here. It makes me very happy that so many of you guys doing it. I mean, like like we had a bunch of people jump into this stream. Like this was one of our most successful streams that we've done so far, and my videos over time are getting more and more people to them. Like I love you guys, and I'm happy that I can do this and it actually works and people enjoy being around. So thank you very, very much. And you got the cake right. That is a nice looking chocolate cake. What our family usually gets, we get these Oreo cookie ice cream cakes. Like, we've been buying those for everybody's in the family's birthday for the past like few years now. So I got to have some of that earlier. Now this is the part where I can be self-indulgent, and I could show some stuff that I do have to take pictures of some stuff though. So I mean, bear with me for a little bit, but I can show what I drew the other day. I showed this on yesterday's stream, but I guess I could show it again in case people weren't watching that stream. But here we go. This is Rika Takahashi from Chinio and Other Delusions, which is an anime that I adore. So the other day I got bored and drew her. And then while that's on screen, let me get some photos of like just some random sketches that I have. Like I have, like, I can take a picture of my the thumbnails for the animatic I was just doing, I guess. They're very, very messy, but like that's the point. Here we go. This is a good page. Take a picture of these on my phone, and then I will upload them to my computer, and that will hopefully only take a few seconds. See, you should do these things before you start doing the stream, but whatever, you know. These pages are sticking together. I might have. I'll just take pictures of them again. I might have uploaded some of these already. Take pictures again. Oh, look at that. Crump donated $1. Thank you, Crump. Had to break the bank. Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm glad that sound effect is loud. Although that's behind the text. I need to work on resizing those. But thank you very, very much for any donation is appreciated. We appreciate everybody here at Crown Cryptid Studios. For the most part, there's some people we don't have to appreciate. There we go. All right, so I got some pictures. I'll just post those. I recently began using Dropbox, which I'm sure is the thing that probably everybody uses these days. But it's an amazing way to get stuff to and from my phone to my computer, rather than using iTunes, which was a nightmare. I don't have the chat open right now while I was doing that because I had to use my phone. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's just Dropbox telling me that I posted stuff. Sorry if that was a little loud. You probably thought for a second it was your computer, right? Ha ha ha. We can hide this image. And open my Dropbox. Okay. Everything up, that uploaded all pretty quick. So here, this is to fit to screen. Not enough. Well, actually, yeah, fit to screen. It's the wrong orientation. There we go. So this is what the thumbnails look like. I mean, what I dated this. No, I didn't date this. Okay. But this is the thumbnails for like sort of the intro section of that animatic. You know, very even sketchier than the previous ones. But yeah, also the donation sound is the Doggerampa menu sound. Very distinct in the sound that I like for that. You can see my shadow too all over this. But this is like on paper I draw these, and then digitally I like compose them way better. But this just gives me the idea of what I want some of the things to look like. Here we go. This shows like a lot of my desk. Oh, but the orientation stays. There was a spoiler drawing for something in the corner of this page, so I had to take it from a weird angle. But this is just some original character stuff. And the anime girl at the bottom is an anime girl from like a very vintage theming Italian anime music video that I'm very entertained by. So I like tried to just like look at that for a few seconds and replicate the frame. Then I've had like a vague concept in my mind about like a post-apocalyptic story about like I get both part crazy, part like very cool female character that has to protect a dangerous mute psychic child. And I don't know if that'll turn into anything, but it's been sitting in my brain for a while, so I sort of just like very vaguely drew that out there. And then this, I'm glad it keeps the rotation. These are somewhat new concepts for another comic that I had for a little while. I talked about it before. We probably remember, but I did run a comic for a very short while called What Is This? And it was just like a newspaper style like skit thing with like very cute characters that I liked a lot. And I'm trying to think of a way that I can bring that back and make it enjoyable to work on. So I'm trying to think of like new characters and things to introduce to it. So like at the top are like totally new characters, and then at the bottom part are some characters that were in it before: the little bunny dude, a little jellyfish lady, and a little octopus dude. Or she's not a jellyfish, she's a squid. How did I get my own character incorrectly? They also none of them have names at all. And there's a little alien that's new. There's a kooky scientist girl that's like obsessed with aliens. That's like just the vague concept I have for her. And then the other girl's just like normal schoolgirl girl. And then the last page is whoops, what am I dragging there? This is some miscellaneous stuff, but let me there we go. So this is a combination of some original stuff, some I love this alien farting over here. That's amazing. I forgot I drew that. So there's like some comic book stuff, some Nichijou / My Ordinary Life fan art stuff, because that's the kind of tone I want to capture with this comic whenever I actually come up with jokes for it and stuff. That's the my vampire girl on the side right on top of Tia, who looks like particularly sleep deprived in that drawing. There's the zombie from this Animatic again, just because I like had to try to teach myself it looked like again, because I wanted to work on this. And then the alien girl again at the bottom here, being all nervous and a little UFO. And the girl, the design next to this girl that's like a stick figure, that's what she looked like in the comic as it is posted. But I think I'd like to stylize it more and have it be less stick figure-y than it was like 5 years ago when I made it and then canceled it. But there we go. I believe that's it, unless anybody else had something to share that I missed, but I don't think I did. So thanks so much for the birthday, the wishes and everything. Thanks so much for the sweet art. Thanks for tuning in. You know, I hopefully we had some fun watching me work on something and not just like try to think of things to draw. We definitely had some discussions and stuff, so it was fun. Next week, I hope to be able to stream the new SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom game. That might take priority over doing another drawing stream, because I would like to stream my entire experience with that game. But it's going to be hard to find the time to do that, because my family is, you know, always around. That's why I do these on the weekends, so that I don't get constant interruptions or loud noises and stuff. But also, heck, I'll show them again. I'm getting a puppy. There he is. He's sideways. We're getting a family puppy on Tuesday, which is the day that Battle for Bikini Bottom comes out. So for sure, on release day for that game, I won't be able to stream the game. But and then, like, of course, just in general, having a dog is definitely gonna cause a lot of busyness. But we'll hopefully have maybe 3 streams next week, just maybe at sort of different times than usual. This is our puppy Tito, who's will be joining us soon, and it'll be wonderful. And I love him, and I haven't even touched him yet. So yeah, hope you guys look forward to that stuff. I mean, I probably won't have the time to like grind out videos next week, but I will absolutely try to do some streams. So just stay tuned. You know, hit the bell icon if you haven't already, because that seems like that's like a guaranteed way to let YouTube know that I'm streaming. But you know, it seems like in general it's pretty good at notifying you guys because you guys always show up. So thanks for coming. Thanks for the birthday wishes. I hope you all have a nice week. And you know, until I see you again, have some fun. Thank you.